Greetings everyone, my name is Bobby Orlando, and I like to use random objects as a basketball and post them to the internet. Today, I will be taking a trip down memory lane and reliving some of my favorite basketball trick shots I've ever made. Let us begin.
This is what happens when you use a potato as a basketball.
So the first video I ever made using something as a basketball was the potato video. I had no intention of making this a series. I just really wanted to see what it looked like when you used a potato as a basketball. Notice how my tone of voice was a lot more calmer and soother. Soother? Is that a word? I don't know. But I don't know what happened. Over the years, I guess I've just become more hyper is the word I guess you could use.
This is what it looks like when you use a skateboard as a basketball.
So I posted a few more items afterwards of using things as a basketball. You know, it got some decent views, but nothing crazy. But then the video that really popped off for me was the skateboard video. So the skateboard video is the first video that I ever posted on TikTok that actually got a lot of traction and a lot of views. And this is when I started realizing, like, okay, you know, maybe people were pretty interested in the series. And that's when the ideas started to spark in my brain. Contrary to popular belief, the skateboard was actually done in one take. I don't know how it went in like that. I will never question the physics of it, but I'm happy it did because it really made the video something special.
This is what it looks like when you use a flower pot as a basketball.
Now this will definitely go down as one of, if not my favorite basketball video I've ever made, just because it's the first real item that I used that just broke upon impact. And essentially, I knew that was gonna happen, but I didn't know how perfect and clean of a break it was gonna be.
This is what it looks like when you use a basketball hoop as a basketball.
So this is the first idea that I really took from the comment section of my videos, was people suggesting things. And I always love the suggestions. I always make sure I can read every single comment I get. But this was the one that really stuck out to me the most. A basketball hoop as a basketball will definitely go down as a major S-tier basketball that I've used. You just can't get more perfect than that. That is perfection to a T.
This is what it looks like when you use a lawn chair as a basketball.
So the lawn chair is a pretty underrated one in my opinion. It wasn't thrown at a super fast velocity. I'm using really big words today. Oh my gosh. But this kind of goes back to the skateboard one where I don't even know how it landed like that, but I'm happy it did. Physics, I will never question you.
This is what it looks like when you use an invisible basketball as a basketball.
The invisible basketball. One of my more proud videos, I would say. Usually people question how I throw things. How do I pick up such heavy objects? How do I find these things? The invisible basketball is the first time people questioned, okay, we just have no answers to this. How did you do this? And I'll never tell, because a true magician, even though I'm not really classified as one, but a true magician never reveals their secrets.
This is what it looks like when you use an air hockey table as a basketball.
So after a while, I used about 100 or so items on the original basketball hoop, and then I realized, you know what? I did so much damage to this, it's time to upgrade. Little did I know the upgrade would only last one video. Yeah, so I did not expect that to happen. Who knew an air hockey table could do such damage to a basketball hoop? But yeah, the second basketball hoop didn't have that long of a run.
This is what it looks like when you use a kayak as a basketball.
So then I was getting a new basketball hoop. I needed a temporary hoop to take its place in the meantime. So that's when I used a kayak as a basketball. The problem with this video is the perception, I guess, of how I set up the camera made me look really small and very short. I'm not that tall to begin with. I'm like maybe 5'10", 5'11". But yes, I love the kayak video. It's a 10 out of 10.
This is what it looks like when you use a basketball as a basketball.
Uh-oh. So then after using the temporary hoop for a couple of videos, I finally got my new basketball hoop, which will be the fourth one in the series. And that is when I decided for part 100, I would do the most requested item. I used the basketball as a basketball. An unprecedented video for sure, but I feel like it was necessary for part 100.
This is what it looks like when you use a folding table as a basketball.
This one doesn't really get talked about a lot, but I kind of really like it for personal reasons. And by personal reasons, I mean I just like it. There's no rhyme or reason. I just love the way it kind of surfed on the basketball rim at first. Yeah, I don't know. It's one that really holds a spot near and dear in my heart.
This is what it looks like when you use a ceiling fan as a basketball.
I cannot tell you how this ceiling fan went in the way it did. It just can't get any more perfect than that.
This is what it looks like when you use an air conditioner as a basketball.
The air conditioner is when I really started upping my game and using a lot more heavy objects as a basketball. The air conditioner, to this day, is still one of the more difficult things I've ever used as a basketball. For sure. And people wouldn't expect that, but those things are deceivingly heavy.
This is what it looks like when you use a door as a basketball.
When people mention their favorite basketballs to me, it's usually 9 times out of 10 they mention the door video. I didn't expect it to actually get as many views as it did, but I'm not gonna question it. It is a pretty funny video. I just was very, very shocked at how popular it got.
This is what it looks like when you use a storage cabinet as a basketball.
So this one is actually one of the more rare, I did not expect this to happen, basketballs I've used, because I just expected it to like bounce off the backboard, or just kind of like tilt to the side. It just landed and stayed there, so I was like, all right, cool.
This is what it looks like when you use a dishwasher as a basketball.
I'll be honest with everyone, I'm going in chronological order here, but if I were to have to make a personal ranking list, the dishwasher would be probably hands down number 1. Just the sound, the impact, the way it just appeared on screen out of nowhere. In my opinion, it's my favorite video I've ever made.
This is what it looks like when you use a couch as a basketball.
So now we are starting to up the ante, very much so. We're using a couch as a basketball. I don't know what else to say. I feel like the sentence alone speaks for itself. I used a couch as a basketball.
This is what it looks like when you use my old basketball hoop that I used in older videos as a basketball.
So I feel like the best way to retire the old hoop was to use it as a basketball. A very good send-off, in my opinion. We are now on the fifth basketball hoop, and it's the one I still use to this day.
This is what it looks like when you use a recliner chair as a basketball.
The dishwasher is still number 1, but the recliner chair, I think, has to be the most popular video I've ever made, next to the door one, simply for the fact that it just stayed up there for so long. It sadly eventually fell over, but man, that hoop was hanging in there. The fact that it even stayed up there for as long as it did, once again, physics, I will not question you. But yeah, that one, not even physics at this point. I think this was just the pure strength of the hoop. I think the hoop is stronger than me at this point. People always talk about my strength and what I'm able to pick up. What the basketball hoop is able to hold is monumental, in my opinion.
What's up? I'm a chef. This is what it looks like when you use a cooking tray as a basketball.
I just like this one because I'm dressed as a cute little chef.
This is what it looks like when you use a bathtub as a basketball.
This basketball was really on my bucket list for a real long time, and I'm finally able, wow, I can't talk. I was finally able to accomplish it. Using a bathtub as a basketball sounds as crazy as it was, and I'm happy it turned out the way it did because you really couldn't ask for anything better. The entire basketball, or I guess the entire bathtub, was in the frame the entire time. Kind of, sort of, I don't know. Am I making sense? Probably not.
This is what it looks like when you use a washing machine as a basketball.
Another basketball that I really wanted to cross off my bucket list of using, and I was able to for part 200. I've used so many things as basketballs, oh my gosh. But yeah, I used the Wonder Machine as a basketball. Yeah, this one was really heavy. I was able to accomplish my goal, and I feel like that is a very motivational quote. Always chase your goals. Yeah.
Yes! This is what it looks like when you use a bathroom vanity as a basketball.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know what a bathroom vanity was. So yeah, not only did I use a bathroom vanity as a basketball, I learned something new that day. And that was a new word in my vocabulary. Or I guess 2 words. Well, I knew what a bathroom was, I just didn't know what a vanity was. So I guess when you put the 2 together, is it like 1 word or is it 2 words? I don't know. I'm talking really fast again. Well, this sure has been fun reliving all of my favorite basketball videos I've ever made. I want to thank you all for the love and support. Seriously, the fact that I've been doing this for almost maybe like a year and a half now, a little longer, is absolutely crazy to me. I wouldn't have been able to get here without all of your support. Thank you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. I am beyond grateful to have the audience that I have. But yeah, there's no other way to sign off other than with this.